All right, folks, we are back for 2026, our first newly recorded episode of the year, and we are thrilled to be back here with you. Lots of stuff going on. We'll talk about it on the episode. Just listen to it. Meanwhile, as always, if you want to support the show, patreon.com/late night is the place to do it. You get mini episodes every week. You get video versions of the episodes, all sorts of great stuff happening over there. And it really is the best way to support the show. So please find us over there. And hey, I hope you're having a great new year. And whether you're a new listener or an old one, thank you for being here. All right, enjoy the show, and we'll be back next week with even more. It's 2026, baby.
I feel very much like, what a week, huh? Lemon, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, well, do you want to get into it? Like, tell people what's been going on?
My, the bit of my roof, everyone that I broke my ankle for, and that I've been repeatedly entreating my landlord to fix, and warned over and over about this exact thing. After an entire month of cosmetic construction that we were not warned about and that went through the entire holiday, my ceiling collapsed a little bit. The panel that everything was leaking through finally did what I've known it would do this entire time. And I woke up at 5 a.m. to my ceiling falling.
Not on you or the dog.
Not on me or my dog. And it fell on my TV and miraculously did not break my TV.
And you know that for a fact now.
I've checked, but I haven't tried to turn it on because, as you can see, they came the next morning to fix it, which it's crazy how it took being able to see the sky through the fucking hole to get somebody to come and promptly fix it. And they said they were going to come back and paint it. And, all the guys were very nice and they cleaned because it was
their fault. I mean, they're just hired to do the job, right?
No. And I mean, the guy was like aghast at it because they had already, they're replacing my roof, but they started that before this happened, even though I was like, it's the inside that's the problem. Take care of that first.
Yeah.
But no, like once it fell out, you could see the sky through the hole, and the guy was very, just like they did a terrible job. And they said they were going to come back to paint this, but that was like a week ago.
Well, hopefully you won't be in that apartment for much longer.
Yes, hopefully, and I won't say anything else about it for legal reasons.
Yeah.
But I've not had a good night's sleep in over a month because it's all December. I finally get a break from work and it's just construction from 7 to 5 every single day. They destroyed my balcony. My balcony is a fucking wreck. They painted everything. It looks like shit. They finally fixed the roof, but only after it fucking collapsed. It was a coincidence that the day they started the exterior repairs was the same day that it... Yeah. So I've been waking up at 7 to men stomping on my roof. The light the other day, the light that is on my ceiling fan, while they were stomping around up there, I was literally on the phone with a lawyer. While that was happening, they stomped on the ceiling hard enough to dislodge the light, and it shattered on the ground. I fucking hate it here, man. It sucks.
And if people want to come see for themselves, what the address is what?
Yeah. I have you can look at pictures of me as a toddler and I have eye bags, but I feel like I'm breaking new eye bag ground. And I'm also sitting in a dark room with no light source just to hide how greasy and tired I am right now. But really all of that is the least of our worries at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if it's any consolation, I'm in tip-top shape. House is solid. Feel great. Been getting plenty of sleep. Got a great family. No drama to speak of. Had a busy but relaxing winter break, and now I'm back ready to grab 2026 by the throat and gently choke it.
Okay, I do like that. That's good.
Only because it asked. It did ask.
It did ask, like, immediately and loudly.
Yeah, I had a great time over winter break.
Happy for you. I'm so happy for you.
I can tell you what, luckily I don't hear tone. So I evaluate statements by the content of the statement, not by the tone.
Oh, so you're
in
like
which
every
they're
single
delivered.
person on the internet?
That's correct. Yes. So we were here for Christmas, and then shortly after that went to Scottsdale, Arizona for a gathering with some friends. We're there for 4 or 5 days, and then did 2 days in Palm Springs on the way back because we drove out. Did a 6-hour drive in one shot. It was very, very easy. Through the desert. Desert's cool. I like the desert. And then got back. Had a great time in Palm Springs. And I'll talk about one of my peaches is something that happened in Arizona, but I'll talk about that maybe later. And then got back for a day, and immediately, because for some fucking reason, LA public schools were off last week. Why? I don't know. But they had 3 weeks winter break, so I took Audrey to Big Bear for 4 days and saw no non-man-made snow. But there was some...
You saw man-made snow?
Yeah, like with the snow machine.
They do that?
Yeah. We didn't go skiing. In some of the ski resorts, they do make their own snow, of course, like many ski resorts do, but they had snow tubing in one little thing.
Wait, how do they do
So we went
that?
there. How do they make snow? Well,
Yeah.
when two snow people love each other
Oh,
very much, Leighton, they get together and they make tender, wet love
So they
to
just
one
have
another.
snow people on staff to produce
to fuck
fake snow all the
and
time?
make snow. Yes. That's right.
Okay.
Now, you might ask, where did the first snow people come from? To which I would say, read the Bible,
It is a real chicken or the egg situation.
the Snow Bible,
The Snow Bible.
because there's no Bible like the Snow Bible.
Yeah, and it's a shame that we don't have access to the Snow Bible because it melted hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, but we've heard stories of it that have been passed down. It's an oral tradition, much like the way the snow people fuck.
The best kind of tradition.
Yeah. No, they have like snow machines. They make snow. This is a normal
I
thing.
didn't know that. I've never.
Really? That shocks me that you didn't know that.
No, I don't know why I didn't think of it because
just
I just
like
assumed that places
ice,
where there's
right?
snow, they just,
Well, there
they
should
have
be.
enough of it.
There's been, this year has been chronically undersnowed in a lot of the West. So I had a friend that went to Colorado for a ski vacation, and he said it was like 4 out of 80 slopes were open at the ski resort. And there, like literally in Big Bear, there was no snow on the ground except for the patches that had the man-made stuff.
Okay.
But it was cold.
Have we talked about that? I've never been skiing or snowboarding or really spent any amount of time in an area with snow for longer than when North Carolina gets snow once every 5 years and it's like 1 inch and all the infrastructure breaks down.
Honestly, you're missing out. Snow fucking rules. I know people who are in the middle of Minnesota winter or whatever right now probably don't agree with me, but I grew up, where I grew up in Jersey, we got big snowstorms regularly. And then I went to college in Western Massachusetts, which got really fucked by snow on a regular basis. And then I lived in Boston and Michigan for a while. So like I was in places where it's like dig your car out type places.
Snow tires.
I never worried about that. Like I just used normal tires. I guess I don't really know what the difference between snow and normal tires are. But
Well, there's
I
snow
never
tires like snow tires.
see. I set you up for it. I was hoping you'd take it.
Thanks.
I never worried about changing out tires, but when I was in Boston or Cambridge, I should say, I had an apartment and we didn't have a parking garage, so you'd park on the street. And if you got a big snowstorm, if you didn't dig your car out quick, you were fucked. I mean, like that thing once the snow plows passed and literally covered the car and then it froze over, you were in big, big trouble. And then people would do this thing. I don't know if this is just a Boston thing or they do this elsewhere, where people would dig out their car, but then put like a pylon or a chair or something in the space and like to reserve it. It's like, I spent the effort to dig my car out. This is my space. If you park in their fucking space, they will kill you.
Yeah.
Like actual lives have been lost over someone parking in a space that somebody else dug out. It's a huge hassle in the winter, but I will say there is nothing better than if you're in a place and you're safe and you're warm and it's snowing like fucking crazy outside and there's nothing you can do but stay inside and just like have a hot chocolate and watch TV. It is the actual best.
That sounds really nice.
Yep. And then you get to walk out like just after it snows. You know, you've got this pristine layer of snow and you can take a huge shit in it. And then you're the first one to take a shit in the snow. It's a Boston tradition.
Right.
Right. What I forget. What do they call that? It's a Cambridge surprise. Cambridge Tea Party. That's what it is.
Is this a real thing?
No.
Okay. I'm firing on all cylinders tonight, Brian.
Yes. Just remember that every statement I say is false except this one. But I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back talking to you. We were supposed to do it last week, but you had construction drama.
Yeah, there was a hole in my ceiling.
Yeah.
And instead, I do the mini last week?
You did. Yes, you did. Because I was in Big Bear.
Right. I talked about Fallout for 45 minutes because that's been...
the game or the show?
The game. The show a teeny little bit.
I just wanted to see you make that face.
No, I'm not going to watch the show. I've watched, as I said in this mini, I've watched scenes from the show. I respect what they're doing. It's not for me. Mm-hmm. The only thing that piques my interest is like Gulgans, just because I think he's doing a fun performance, but it's not... They're doing a great job with fidelity to the aesthetics and stuff in the games, but in doing so... And they're clearly not trying to be serious. Like, it's a objectively like pretty goofy thing, and that's fine. It's just none of that stuff is what I like about Fallout as a franchise. And I've been playing Fallout 1 and 2, the originals, and they're fucking amazing, which I have a little bit more of a hate boner for latter-day Bethesda Fallouts right now. Mm-hmm. As a result.
Well, I told you that I had a bit of a Fallout experience.
Did you?
Last week, or Audrey did.
Oh, yes, you did. You did.
She was watching some gamer or something on YouTube, and I don't know, I didn't interrogate this too much for reasons that will become apparent. And this gaming channel mentioned Fallout. Now, whether it was the show or the game, I don't know. But something about it, the idea of a post-apocalyptic Earth, upset her so much that she came out and she was like, I just saw something that I didn't like. And I was like, okay, you're okay, honey. Give you a hug. My tummy hurts. Are you all right? You're all right. I think I'm going to faint. Honey, just sit down. You're all right. Huge barf. Like, I mean, not a little barf, a huge barf, a huge pizza barf in the Airbnb.
Oh, not in the Airbnb.
On the white shag carpet.
Oh, that's the maybe strat.
Luckily, most of it was not on the carpet. She was running to, this is a fucking mosquito. She was running to the bathroom and there was a trail of child vomit leading to the bathroom, such that by the time she got to the toilet, there was none left.
Thanks a lot, Todd Howard, for making a child vomit. So I thought that she had seen a thumbnail from it. You said that the gamer was talking about Fallout?
It was in some video.
That's incredible.
And it wasn't even that, like, I didn't want to make her relive it, so I didn't really ask too much about it. I just said, gave her a hug, you're okay, sit down, have some water. Bleh.
Oh,
and this is Late Night with Brian Wecht, everybody. We got lots more stories like this coming up,
Fallout,
every hour on the hour.
Fallout, horrifying the children, scaring the hose, and the only thing keeping me even a tiny bit sane at this moment. Mm-hmm. It's great. I got burned out on one Fallout game and I switched to another one. And then when I get tired of gaming, I watch Fallout YouTube videos.
You got a problem.
I don't know. I don't think I have any problems at all. I think I'm coping in a perfectly healthy way.
Now, were I to play Fallout, which Fallout should I play? And should we do it for the show?
Okay, here's the thing that I was going to bring up in regards to Fallouts 1 and 2. I think that we should play some old point-and-click adventure games today.
Today?
Not today, sorry.
Okay.
Soon. This year. whatever. But, like, I really want to play. I've owned I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream
Oh,
forever.
yep, I would play that. I've heard of it. I've never played
I know,
it.
and I know a good bit about the game, but I feel like I would need your punishingly hard old games expertise to help me through. Mostly because I want to listen to Harlan Ellison go fucking crazy on that VO.
Yeah, I did play the porn version. I Have No Dick and I Must Cream.
I Have No Mouth and I Must Cream, I think, also works.
I considered that briefly. I felt like it wasn't quite as good, but it might be better. It certainly sounds better.
It does. It rolls off the tongue like.
I have no muff. Yeah,
No.
That's the face I'm looking for.
No, that's a stretch. I'm trying to think because, like, you can't just get thrown in with New Vegas. You have to understand how you need to understand what a bad Fallout game is like before you can play a good Fallout game and appreciate it. My first Fallout game was Fallout 4, which I didn't play a lot of. And then I was like, wow, this sucks. I'm not interested in any of these. And then I forget.
That's a bad one.
Okay. It's a bad one. It's the one I have the most hours in. I have like 600 hours in Fallout 4, but that's
Wow,
mainly
look at
because
you.
of settlement building and mods. I will say the settlement building rules, but is a bad part of the game. It's just if you destroy the game beyond recognition, you can have a really good time with it. I feel like you would fuck with 1 or 2. I want
Which are
to
like 90s, right?
97 and 98.
Yeah.
I would say 1 because I think the vibe of 1 is better, but I think you probably would want the very necessary like quality of life fixes that they introduced in 2. And I think 2 is like a little bit more accessible after you get out of the Temple of Trials, which is just going to be you punching ants for 2 hours and then getting the little pop-up. You missed. You missed. You missed. Ant missed. You missed. But
like
yeah, I
you
think
shrink yourself down to the size of an ant and then you fight them, or they have grown
they're
because
giant
of
ants.
radiation. Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing that you'll notice very quickly in the Fallouts. There are a lot of very large creatures due to the radiation. But yeah, so I think maybe starting you with those and then maybe throwing you at a later game. Like 3 is the only one that I truly cannot fucking get into. I think there are a couple of quests in 3 that are absolute bangers, but I only know that secondhand from watching people play it. Like folks at home, I think the Tranquility Lane, great. That's a great quest. It's a precursor to, it is a precursor to Old World Blues. Old World Blues is just Tranquility Lane, but here's a bunch of them. I don't think the central conceit of 3 is interesting. I don't care that it's Liam Neeson. I don't think anybody does. And the Capital Wasteland in the same way. You know what? You should play 4 because it's in Boston.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So I think that's a setting that is completely
that's right.
uninteresting.
There was a mystery
to me.
hunt question about it. That's right. Yes.
Really?
You get to visit the destroyed MIT campus.
It's a completely uninteresting setting for me, and it's Bethesda committing all of their worst Fallout sins in that game. But I think that you would probably really enjoy it. So, yeah. What other old point and clicks should we play?
Well, there are the Lucasfilm ones. I mean, we have a few options.
LucasArts?
LucasArts. Thanks. LucasArts. There's one Sierra went point and click. There's a bunch of Sierra games that we could do. So what could we do? The Dig probably wouldn't work really well on this show. It's too much. Anything that's too puzzle solving is like hard to do. The Sierra game I've always wanted to play, which I pitched a bunch to Game Grumps and we never did, was Manhunter.
Wow, like Michael Mann's?
Manhunter. Yeah, that's right. And there are 2 Manhunters. I'm not talking about Manhunter San Francisco. I'm talking about the original Manhunter.
Manhunter New York?
That's right. New York.
Oh, this is one that would make your child throw up.
Yes, absolutely. I believe I've talked about this on the show.
Like giant floating eyeballs have implanted all humans with global tracking devices, forced them to wear undistinguished robes, and are forbidden from speaking or communicating. Oh, hell yeah. You got to track down the resistance to the orbs.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, this is very like Childhood's End. Interesting.
Yeah. It's like dystopian sci-fi game. I remember loving it when I was in high school. That one I think would be fun. And then there's like your Uninvited's a horror game, which, like 90s point and click horror game. Another one called Deja Vu, which was like a mystery point and click, also from the 90s. Shadowgate, I believe, was another. Shadowgate and Uninvited were two 90s point and click games I believe I had on my Macintosh SE.
Wow.
Yeah, it might even be late 80s, but I think it's early 90s.
Yeah, we can get some emulators going and just get after it. Because everyone at home, know that if you're on the Patreon and you haven't seen a live stream from us in a while, it's my fault because I don't want to do them. For normal episodes, I am happy to stream if we're playing a game. I need an activity. We can't just sit here and read chat. I hate doing that. No offense to anybody. It's just not how I want to have a conversation with my friend with a bunch of other people also chiming in. It's not interesting to me, and I don't feel funny when I do it. Mm-hmm. So if we played a video game, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Well, it's the only time I feel funny is when I'm reading the chat. So unfortunately, we're at an impasse. Now, I got to say, actually, speaking of not feeling funny, we did a couple weeks ago air our Lost episode, the one we started on or about Halloween, which we abandoned, and it was not as bad as I remembered.
Yeah, it was all right. It was fine. I think we just weren't.
That's right.
Mutually weren't feeling it, which I think whenever one of us isn't feeling it, it's very rare if the other one also isn't. And so, both aligned on not feeling it.
Yep. The stars aligned on that one.
So shout out to Rich for rescuing that one from the dumpster.
I believe that was Rich's idea to use that one, which was a great idea. This is editor Rich, who's been with us for a while now and is absolutely crushing it. So let's see, today, man, I have so many things to talk about.
I'm so glad because I don't feel like talking. You go ahead.
Discovered an execrable new band.
Great
which may be I try to, she's a child. She can like bad music. I don't really care. I had to put the kibosh on this particular band because it got so oppressive that I was like, we can't listen to Cat's Eye anymore. Do you know the band Cat's Eye?
No.
I guarantee, I don't know exactly how many listeners they have. It's got to be in the tens of millions. I'm looking this up right now on Spotify. It's spelled with a K, I should say.
I see
K-A-T-S.
that, yes.
I bet it's going to be like 20 million or something. 36 million monthly listeners. So are you listening to anything?
No, I'm not. What should I listen to?
Well, if you want to hear the song that I was listening to today, where I was like, is this the worst song I've heard all year? It might be. Listen to the song Internet Girl by Cat's Eye.
I hope I love this song.
I hope you love it too, honestly.
Oh, no.
I'm just watching your face.
No.
Yep.
Is this a psyop?
It feels like a prank.
30 seconds. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
I've heard that song 50 times in the last week.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. And all their songs are like that. Now, did you get to the part, you probably did if you're 30 seconds in, where she goes, eat zucchini.
That's the first thing that happens.
Zucchini. Yeah.
Which I agree, but...
Now, I asked Audrey, clearly this means something. It could mean a lot of things. I was hoping it was nothing, R-rated, shall we say. And I didn't Google it. But so before we do, this is what I wanted to talk about in part. What have you reading? Don't read about it yet.
I'm not.
Looks like you might be reading about it.
No, I'm not.
I see your monitor flashing. What do you think eat zucchini means to the band Cat's Eye?
It's either like obviously there's a phallic element there.
That was my first thought, of course.
But the second one is it's potentially like skinny girl meal aesthetics. like girls posted on Instagram, like, I ate 3 cucumbers and a pile of cottage cheese. That's a healthy thing to do and aspirational for a meal, you know?
Now,
That's
what Audrey, I asked
thought.
Audrey, and what she said, it was like it's like a diss, like get lost, like eat zucchini. Do I believe that? Not necessarily. And then I said, how do you know that? And then she said, I'm just guessing. So I'm not convinced she's right, but I'm not convinced she's wrong. Now I will allow you to Google this and figure out what it means.
Oh, it's heavily debated interpretations of this line.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Furthermore, when the co-writer of the song, Justin Tranter, was asked about the line, they responded with, it can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Okay.
Sharing that although they had their own interpretation of the line, they prefer listeners to derive their own meaning from the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. So given the song is called Internet Girl, I had not considered the like skinny girl aspirational meal thing. I like that a lot. I think that's pretty good. It's weird that it's zucchini, but
I mean, I hate that though.
I hate it, but I like that I favor that as an interpretation.
Yeah, instead of the other interpretation of a song
There's
your child's been
nothing
listening to
sexual
repeatedly.
about this song. Like if you listen, it's about a famous internet girl. You
It's
know,
very baby voice.
It isn't my fault that it's always my turn. I can't remember the rest of the lyrics because I'm trying to actively suppress remembering them. Yeah, it's now I will say this: the other songs are better than this one, but that doesn't mean they're good.
Yeah,
This is the bottom of the barrel. The other 2 songs we've been listening to a lot are Gnarly by Cat's Eye, where it seems like a bunch of 20-year-olds just discovered 80s slang.
right. That makes
And
sense. It's probably
then-
true.
Probably true. And then something...
Or it's a guy who grew up in the 80s writing
That's right,
their
someone
songs
my
for them.
age writing their songs for them, yes. But all the songs feature like pseudo Valley Girl, but the modern version of it, speak, that sort of accent. I think they're an assembled group, like a One Direction type thing.
A girl group, an industry plan, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, that seems pretty brutal. The diet interpretation reminds me of, there was a kid that I nannied for when I was in high school who would similarly get really obsessed with YouTube stuff, and then I would have to be subjected to it. But there was some like awful song that she loved called Real Girls Eat Cake, which is exactly what it sounds like from a
Excuse
YouTuber.
me, just
from
a moment. Looking this up.
Yeah, it was from
Hold
like
on.
a YouTuber boy group that was, yeah.
Here it
You know
is.
what? You just experience it.
Real Girls Eat Cake Explicit by the Janoskians or
Is that it?
Janoskians.
Yeah, that is it.
Okay, I'm gonna start it
think.
right now. Ready? Here we go. Oh, this is vaguely like Summer Girls.
Yeah.
This is like somehow worse than Train.
Yeah, I think it was probably the clean version that she was obsessed with. But I was like,
Oh,
wow.
now we're in ska mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I mean, well produced, terrible.
Yeah. And then I would listen to like Chromeo and Marina and the Diamonds, and she'd be like, why are you listening to this teeny bopper music? And I'm like, I'm 16 and you're 10. How about sit the fuck down?
So Chromeo's fine.
Chromeo's
oh
fine.
my God. What?
What?
Okay. The Janoskians, look at this. This is, I'm surprised I don't know this because they are a YouTube comedy group. Their name is an acronym of just another name of silly kids in another nation. Janoskian.
Okay.
And they're Australian. And their channel is more popular than mine.
The Janoskians have been criticized for their reckless, dangerous, and juvenile behavior.
So I mean, same.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But yeah, because I think they were also, I think they also did like prank video type stuff that she would try to show me. And I'd be like, this isn't okay.
Yeah.
But her mom was like crazy strict, so I didn't want to get her into more trouble than she regularly was. So I tried to be like the oasis of like, fine, play Sims and watch YouTube. It's the same thing I would be doing. I get it. Your parents have you in like 10 extracurricular activities that I have to drive you to everywhere around town, and you don't pay me for the gas. So please enjoy your shitty YouTube and your Sims. It is what we are all entitled to.
And also, I do think, look, with Audrey, when she listens to something really bad, so she will ask me point blank. She's like, do you like this? And I'll say, I'm never going to say to her, this is bad. I'll say, it's not for me, right? It's like a discussion we've had a billion times on this show. But I do think with kids especially, like I certainly didn't, like exclusively great music as a kid. We all go through shitty, music taste periods. And I think the more as a parent you push back on that, the more likely they are to keep liking shitty music because they'll be oppositional. So all I'll say is what I always do try to find something that's interesting or well done about it. I'll be like, well, they really, this sounds like I like the production on it, or this is a cool synth sound or something. Always try to find something positive to say. It's really hard with Cat's Eye. It's really, really hard.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. So that, and the thing is, I know the vector for Cat's Eye too. It's her best friend who they don't see each other much because she lives half an hour away. They don't go to the same school. And the friend came over to visit and was like, hey, check out this amazing song by this amazing band. And that's when it started. Yeah. I
assume there's probably some bridge with like K-pop Demon Hunters. Like, is she getting into girl groups as a result? ?
Not so much. Like she...
Congrats.
I mean, she loves K-pop Demon Hunters, but that's fine because that stuff's good. Like, that stuff is really well done. She likes Taylor Swift a lot.
That's tough. I'm really sorry.
Most of the time it's not tough. The last album was a little tough. Yeah. Did you girl boss Too Close to the Sun?
Oh, please tell me that's not a lyric.
That is a lyric.
Oh, that's like something mean I would make up about a Taylor
There's
Swift.
another lyric, which is, welcome to my underworld where it gets quite dark. And look, again, like, I think melodically the song, it's really well produced. It's an interesting melody. It's hard to have sympathy for her on this one. And I do think a lot of what she does and has done is pretty great, honestly. Like for what it is, it's top tier.
For what it is exactly the operative words here. It's
not deep works of art, but it's very, very good pop songwriting, generally speaking. Did you follow speaking of Stans, the Stranger Things conspiracy?
Oh, that we're going full 2014 or more like 2012 Sherlock John Locke secret episode conspiracy. Yeah, I did see some of that. Boy, another thing I truly cannot bring myself to care about at all is Stranger Things, and that's not like a new like, who cares if I don't care about Stranger Things? But like, at least when I see stuff about it, I'm like, oh well, at least it's news about this thing that I don't care about instead of just awful. News.
That's true. I like Stranger Things. I watched the first 2, maybe 3 seasons, and then
but
just
you grew
kind
up in
of
the
fell
80s, so you're falling for it, old man.
Yeah, I mean that's my time period. Yeah, I thought the first couple seasons were awesome, and then I just didn't keep up with it.
Yeah,
but I don't know. There's a lot to like there. Happy to see Winona Ryder doing stuff.
Yeah, that's good. They're doing a Stranger Things chapter 2 for Dead by Daylight, which is neat.
I believe you told me that. Yeah.
Again, don't care. But again, everyone at home, I'm saying disparaging things about these low-lying pop cultural issues, and meanwhile, like, the only thing I've consumed in the past month is doom scrolling and Fallout content. So really, don't listen to me ever.
Well,
I'm just very tired and very angry. So.
I can talk about some fun pop culture stuff I've been enjoying recently. And in fact, one of these was going to be...
For that?
We do, but do you want me to wait or do you want me to bring it
down? Go ahead.
Actually, no, I have another thing to rant about, actually.
Okay, please.
Actually. Are we doing don't we have a rant segment? Didn't we?
I don't think we do, but maybe it's good to get the low-hanging ranting out so I don't so my head doesn't fucking explode while recording this show on Tuesday, January 13th of 2026.
Here's my rant is when you're scrolling through Instagram, as one does, and you get a video. Okay, so there's a video, it gets served to you. It has a caption. It's like a video that's playing. It's a cut from a movie or TV show or something like that, and it's got a little caption on it. And I've noticed an increasing number of these for a scripted thing be like, can you believe how quickly he responded to that? Like, wow, that comeback was so fast for a scripted program. And it drives me absolutely insane to be like, they rehearsed that. Like, these are actors reading someone else's words. We should not be impressed that they said the words quickly.
How much do we want to bet that every single comment on that video is pointing out the exact same thing, which is why it got pushed to your feed, Brian?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how everything works now. It's literally all fucking rage bait.
Yep. But I don't comment.
No, I know. But you're saying it on a podcast now.
I'm saying it on a podcast, which is the only way to say it. I was listening to Good One with the comedy podcast, or the podcast about comedy, I should say, with Jesse David Fox. He was interviewing Adam Pally, and I think it was in this context. He said, there's a question he asks people a lot, which is what is something you think is comedy, what is something that other people think is comedy that you think isn't? And Adam Pally said, I don't want to see any podcast where people are sitting on a couch and you can see their ankles. And I was like, fuck yes. It was the perfect distillation of that, like, I'm wearing shorts or pants, but they're really riding up because I'm like leaning back on a couch holding my SM7,
or my
like
lav mic.
Or my lav mic. Oh, I fucking hold the lav mic. Drives me nuts. Yeah, but I don't want to see their ankles. I was like, or the worst version of that is where it's someone wearing, normal length socks, but you can see leg, right? The pants have ridden up so much because of the way they're sitting that you can see the leg. And it's always like, specifically men with this look, that's not a good look, I think.
I don't think it's a good look for like most people. That's basically in any sitting pose that I'm in when I'm in repose in my own home, I'm getting that view and I do not like it, especially in the winter.
Yeah. But especially if it's like a man in like khakis and like, dress socks.
Saying the dumbest thing you've ever heard anyone say and his ankles are visible. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's terrible. So I really, really like that.
That is good.
Adam Pally thing. He also talked about, I don't know why I'm just summarizing other podcasts, but I like this bit. He said many years ago he did a bit on a show that Paul Scheer hosted, where right after the Madoff stuff happened, where he went on stage and said, "Hey, I'm Bernie Madoff's son. We really got hit hard by this, and a lot of people did. So we're collecting money for the victims." And he passed a hat around, and then got back with a couple $100 in it, and he said, "Thank you. This means a lot," and walked off stage and didn't come back. And he was like, and it ruined the night. And I had to go, it was like a showcase, a lot of stand-up night. He's like, every other stand-up after me was so mad because this one bit completely destroyed it. And I was like, I love that. That's the kind of stuff I want to do more of.
That's a really good bit. That's on anybody who gave money, truly. I
know, right?
Not in the first place when all this shit happened, you trusted your money to the guy with the last name Madoff.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, boy, this is a man on a stage doing a bit that is doing a bit. Put $1 in if you're going to be dumb enough to do that. What's wrong with you?
I know. Now, of course, but this to me raises the question, what can I do, especially in a Trey Magnifique show, which is like that? I mean, I already auction shit off on stage sometimes for a lot of money. What could I do to really lose the audience?
I mean, collection plate.
I was thinking about that. Yep.
Collection plate, but like buy one from wherever churches buy them.
Yeah,
so it's
the
like
big
a proper
gold thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do that. And then like you're going to redistribute the wealth, but you need to pick somebody in the room who's going to get the money. But it's
I like that. Yeah.
you need to like,
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
like who's the most fuckable dad in this room?
Well, it would be me.
I know.
So
and then
unfortunately,
you would
that's
keep it. But
yeah, right. I like that. Maybe I could offer jazz communion, right? But instead of wine and wafer, what do I give? Like a single and what's a jazz drink? Like Old Forester or something?
You could get like communion wafers that are shaped like reeds, or you could just give people reeds.
A reed communion wafer, Leighton. That
Are you
is
gonna do that?
Oh,
You should.
I mean, I'd have to pay to get them made. That's a very good idea.
Yeah. Or how much are reeds? Can you like buy a big bag?
Reeds are expensive.
Okay, that's what I figured.
They're like cheap ones that you can get, I guess, that aren't too bad.
Yeah.
But no, they're not cheap.
There's got to be some sort of pre-existing cracker that looks and is shaped like a reed, and on stage you can just tell people that it's a reed, and that's part of the movie magic.
Mm-hmm. I did do a thing similar to this. Well, it like maybe in spirit, if not in actuality. Where did I tell you about this? I asked people to form a line and come. Anyone who wanted to could touch a live saxophone. And they formed a line in front of the stage, and I made them do it like flat hand, palm up, gently, and you can just kind of rub underneath. Don't scare it.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
That's a good bit.
I considered, and I didn't do this, invoicing them afterwards, like handing out, $10 invoices after they got out of line, but I didn't do that.
Yeah, I think this is a fun new angle, is some little interstitials. You just fucking with people.
That's mostly what these tray shows are. It's playing shows and then interstitials that concern and annoy.
Nobody wants and nobody asked for, but that you enjoy more than the music.
That's correct. Yes, that's my entire thing, I guess you could say.
This dog is sitting, I guess you can't really see her, and I don't want to move my mic to create audio issues, but she's okay. Now that it's cold out, which it isn't, it's extremely not cold out, but when we go outside for walks, she's already a pretty shaky dog, but I swear to God, she like intentionally plays it up, and she'll have like tears coming out of her eyes and out of her nose, and she's just like wet and vibrating. And it's so funny. And then she like dilly-dallies and does that thing where she lays down and gives up, and it's like, don't you see? You get us inside faster to the warmth and the bed if you just do your fucking business instead of dragging this out. I don't want to be out here. You don't want to be out here. You can end this now. It was worse with the rain, because that's like turbo level. That it's like, I don't want to be here. You're keeping me out here longer because you won't take a shit, because you think I'm just going to take you inside without you having shit. You have to shit.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? Maybe.
Now I would like some credit for the fact that you said wet and vibrating, and I just let it slide.
I'm proud of you.
I didn't
really
do
proud of you.
And I thought about doing something.
I know.
But I decided not to, because that would have been disrespectful.
And you would have been talking about my dog. So really, that would have been really gross of you to say.
I could have been talking about something else. I could have spun it into something. This
could have been like eating zucchini.
This is my skill set as a raconteur. I could spin the yarn about many wet and vibrating things I've encountered in my many years on the road.
Yeah, there are actually a lot of those.
But, yeah, it's called touring. Like, I mean, you have when you've got 12 people on a bus in the rain, it's a bus full of vibrating wet things. Right?
If you're getting on the tour bus and you're picking your coffin bed, what's your bunk preference?
I know what it is. So, there's 4 chunks of 3 in most tour buses. Or most U.S. tour buses. Europe might be a little different. I'm in the back, right, middle vertically. So you walk into the berths, you pass the first 6.
Whoa, what berths are they just letting you walk into?
I mean, live berths, home berths, all of them. I'm a doctor. I can go to any berth I want and be like, Y'all are doing that wrong. Give me that baby. So I passed the first 6 berths, and then there's the back 6. Not the ones on the left, one on the right, in the middle. That's
Interesting.
The fun zone, as I call it. That's where Daddy sleeps. And off on the last tour, was this right? Maybe it was the Twerp tour. Definitely on the Twerp tour, maybe the last tour too. I was right above one Commander Meouch. And then Dan usually takes the bunk above me because he's taller and it's easier.
Oh, and he
easier
wants
for
to be
tall
next to
people
you.
to get up there. Now, you don't
Sweet.
want the bottom one because it's really close to the road and it's loud.
Oh, interesting.
Some people like that. I don't like that.
I feel like I would like that. I like the noise.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone's got their own bunk preference. I'm 5'9". I'm not tall enough to easily get into a top bunk. It's actually not the getting in that's a problem. It's the getting down in the middle of the night when the bus is, moving around and you got to get up to pee. Oh, that's like a recipe for an injury.
Yeah, which I know has happened.
Yes, it's truly the worst thing on tour. Well, the worst thing is having to take a shit on the bus, which you can't do. So you have to figure something out. But the second worst thing is getting up in the middle of the night to pee especially if the bus is like you're in the mountains and it's like tilted and moving around. Oh. And you're tired and I hate it so much.
Yeah, that seems tough.
Yeah, it's hard being in the entertainment industry, Leighton.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to move on to segments?
Oh, please,
No?
please.
Our first segment now.
No shade. I don't want to be here.
Well, dear listener, we're here for you, even though one of us doesn't want to be. The other one very much does. So you can draw your own conclusions. I'm not going to comment. So it's our first episode of 2026. And I like to, at the beginning of every year, you know this about me, Leighton, I like to reflect on the successes and the failures of the past year, right? What went well, what maybe didn't go as well, what went as planned, what didn't go as planned. When you do things in the entertainment industry for a living, I think it's important to occasionally step back and just think about your goals, both short-term and long-term, and things you might want to change up. So we tried a new segment last year for 2025. And I would say it was a mixed bag overall.
Really?
Yeah, this segment, it was a recommendation segment. And we decided to try it new last year. And I thought, generally I thought the recommendations were pretty good, at least one person's, but the overall segment I thought maybe could have been a little spicier, a little more of the moment.
And how would you
more,
improve upon
I'm
this
doing
segment?
a thing. Just give me a second here.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd have a little more je ne sais quoi, right? So I went into the pod lab, which is one of the many things I call this garage. This is my studio. It's also the fuck zone. It's also the pod lab. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in here. Sometimes a couple things at once. And so I went in, I ran the numbers. I looked at all the, technical aspects. I looked at some of the, emotional or just kind of touchy-feely aspects of our segments. And went in with no preconceived notions of what might or might not come out the other side. It could have been anything, right? Could have been literally whatever. The sky was the limit. Can you shut your dog up, please?
That was like straight up squeaky toy noise, unprovoked.
I'm still in the middle of something. I'm not going to comment on this. So I went in and just with no agenda, no goals really, other than just to come up with the best segment someone could get for free on a pod app. Decided to come up with something brand new. And so for 2026, we have what I think is going to, really make waves in the podcasting world, looking at, I think we're going to usher in back this era of $20 million deals for, a couple episodes, like really get back to peak podcasting before the crash from a couple of years ago. And I think this segment is going to be responsible for it. And when people hear this, they're going to be like, holy shit. They're going to think, why weren't we doing this before? But why wasn't anyone doing this before? This is how game-changing and good this brand new segment for 2026 is going to be. So with your kind permission, I'd like to introduce this segment now and then go ahead and do it. Does that sound okay?
Please do.
Great. So this is our pop culture recommendation segment where you get to talk about something you've been enjoying recently. It could be a book, a movie, a video game, a podcast, a segment on a podcast. Maybe it's a scientific paper.
Podcast?
Culture, a podcast? It could be a podcast.
A podcast?
A podcast is what they call it in Boston. Am I right? Could be anything you're enjoying, and this is your chance to talk about it. Brand new for 2026. The segment is called What's Poppin', and the theme song goes here.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Great. Layton, first ever What's Poppin', what's poppin'?
Well, you're never going to believe this, but what's poppin' for me is a YouTube channel where a guy does Fallout challenge runs. It's the channel is called It's Jabo, Jabo. And he does some of the most creative Fallout and also Skyrim challenge runs I've ever seen.
Sorry, Scrim?
Scrim, yes, also Scrim challenge runs. But for example, like, he works closely with modders to have like custom mods that fuck up his games, which is very enjoyable. So there's one he does with Fallout New Vegas where every door is randomized. Every weapon and every bit of ammo is randomized after each kill. All outfits are randomized. Gravity on kill is randomized. Size is randomized. So it's just like pure fucking chaos. There's one that he did for Fallout 4 where he does a bunch like this, where for every kill, he gets one tile and he can place the tile on the ground and he can only move on the tiles that he sets up. So it's like a very restricted run of like attempting to farm kills in certain areas so he can get more tiles. It's a lot of, and it's all on like survival hardest difficulty. And there are ones where like every time he dies, he has to install a new mod, which those are extremely funny because he lets his chat pick what the mods are going to be, and they're always terrible. So yeah, I highly recommend that channel if you guys want to watch some silly Fallout content.
It's Jabo. That's what it's called.
It's Jabo, yeah.
Cool.
And also like very high production value in the videos that are, there's, streamers can stream for like 5 hours, and I think it's a real talent to be able to take 25 hours of streaming and turn it into a very entertaining 1 hour video. That's a lot of footage to turn into a narrative. So yeah. What's popping for you, Brian?
Well, first of all, I'd like to announce how pleased I am that this is my What's Poppin' debut. So that's cool. I started playing a video game that was a 2025 game that a friend enthusiastically recommended, and I've been enjoying it. And it's called Blueprints. This is it's basically a puzzle game. And the idea is you inherited a house and you have to discover a secret room. At least that's the initial idea. And the idea, it's kind of a RNG type game where you go in, you're in this house, it's on a grid, and your goal is to draft a room not in each square, but in squares. And which rooms you get are kind of randomized. And each rooms have power-ups and, items and blah, 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 blah. And you have to kind of make your way through this mysterious house. It's really great. Like, the puzzles aren't stupid, which is right away.
Stupid hard or stupid easy?
I said aren't stupid.
I know, but
But
when you say that they're not stupid, I mean,
it's not even stupid. It's just not stupid. It's like they generally
smart.
they're pretty smart. I'll quibble with various things in here and there, but generally speaking, like there were a bunch of puzzles where I was like, oh, they're going to do this and it's going to be terrible. And they didn't do the terrible thing, which is high praise indeed. I find the general atmosphere and the score compelling. I really like this game a lot. And in fact, I was looking on the Blueprints Reddit. Someone posted, what are games similar to Blueprints that I might enjoy? And somebody posted, well, there's this great new game called Homebody that I played recently. And if you liked Blueprints, I think you're really going to love Homebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be the first time I'd ever seen anybody in a common space mention Homebody.
Yeah, it was right there with other, it was like Homebody, Obra Dinn, Witness, like
Are you an Obra Dinn head?
I started it. I think I played like the demo. I mean, years and years ago when it came out.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit too much of like keeping track of information for me to really get into it. At the time, I just didn't have the time to sit down and fucking write shit down like that.
Yeah.
So I liked the aesthetic a lot, but I didn't end up like really getting into it.
See, because I love the
doing
gameplay and the story. It is the most motion sick a game has ever made me. So
I remember you saying that. That's right. Yeah.
You know what? You should play Pentiment. It's sort of a puzzle game. So it's a very reedy kind of game.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
But it's fantastic. I mean, like one of the lead writers on New Vegas wrote that game. So that's why I got into it. But it's fantastic. It's such a game for adults with attention spans and forces hard decisions and has a lot of historical context and is very like educational and it's cool.
Okay. I'll try it.
Blueprint sounds fun.
It's great. And the aesthetic is really fun. I highly recommend it. I think it was a, a reasonable sized hit this year. I heard a couple people talking about it, but one friend in particular whose judgment I respect, told me it was good, and it is good. So yeah, that's what is popping for me. Now, Leighton, I have a question for you, a follow-up question. Is What's Poppin' our only segment?
No, in fact, we have a second segment that's not new for 2026 because we believe in withholding traditions on this show.
It's called Gooning.
Now it's time for our final segment, which is 3 parts gratitude exercise and 1 part petty grousing. The name of the segment is Peaches and Lemons, and the theme song for Peaches and Lemons goes right here. Happy 2026. Peaches and Lemons. Peaches and Lemons. Great theme song has not once ever changed, except for the few times that it did. We'll each start with a lemon, which is a minor grievance. So would you like to go first, Brian?
Yeah, now this one, I was thinking about you on this one. My lemon is that after, 3-ish weeks of really excellent sleep and, a nice relaxing atmosphere, I'm back to having to wake up early. And it's rough on an old boy, I got to get up.
Yeah, that sounds really tough.
6:30. Like, here's the thing. Here's what a great father I am. I don't need to get up in the morning with my child. Rachel takes her to school. And, she's 11. She's pretty self-contained in the morning. So I could not get up. And Audrey and Rachel would have a fine morning. But I choose to get up because I like spending time with my daughter. And we'll often do a New York Times game, usually Wordle or Strands. And I'll just chat with her while she eats breakfast and, tells me about whatever random thought is going through her mind. And it is time I love. But it's hard waking up early again, especially after so many weeks of really excellent rest and relaxation. So
yeah, that sounds really hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's yours?
Well, they're all the lemons that I already talked about, but I'll add on top of it, I am having some of like the worst back pain of my life
Really?
the past 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it fucking sucks, and it's
What?
part of why I'm not sleeping.
What happened?
Well.
Do you know?
Stress and not.
Is it a muscle thing?
It is, yeah. It's like, oh my God. It's like I'm at a point where like turning my head is hard, but it's like this shoulder,
Oh, no.
the whatever the bone is that's like base of your neck where your two shoulder blade, like it's excruciating. It
The
fucking
vertebrae?
sucks. Not even the vertebrae. It's like the where your neck like proper hits your spine, and it's like
Okay.
the little bit that sticks out. It's like that.
Oh, yeah. The bump.
All up the bump all up my neck and like right shoulder. Like sitting at my desk lately has been hell because it's just in a position that
I'm
is
sorry.
bad. So can't sleep. Apartment's a shithole. World is a shithole, and my back fucking hurts all the time. And no Aleve or whatever will touch it. So
Muscle relaxer? Can you get a muscle relaxer?
that would be awesome. I mean, I could do ketamine again, and that would help. Because that is.
Can't you
literally a
call
muscle
urgent
relaxer.
care or something and get a muscle relaxer?
No fucking way.
I don't know how these
They
things work.
don't do that. You can't just call urgent care and be like, "Hi, I want muscle relaxer" for
Well, you
like
can see
normal
a
reasons.
well, anyway.
I know.
I have a great muscle relaxer, Ronaldo, and he does a very, very good job. I'd be happy to send you his number.
Give me his number. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, over Christmas, my psychiatrist became unreachable and didn't refill one of my medications.
No.
And so over the week of Christmas, I was violently withdrawing from one of my medications that I just
Really?
decided to not take anymore. Yes, that the CVS would also not give me an emergency refill on. And then we're like, well, you could go to the ER and try to get some. And I was like, it's fucking Christmas. I'm not going to do that.
I'm so sorry. That
And then when I
sucks.
told my psychiatrist after like 2 weeks of withdrawals where I couldn't get in contact with her office at all, she didn't even apologize.
Really?
Yeah. It was
What did she
it's-
say?
She was just like, okay, then you'll be off of that then, and we don't need to do more refills of it. I was like, okay, cool.
So you're
Dope.
off of that med now.
I am. It wasn't one of my like antidepressants. It was a different one, but one that I was taking every day that, yeah.
Do you need it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Clearly, it was a thing that she put me on for anxiety and was like, you can take it or not take it whenever you want, and it's not habit forming, which was a fucking lie. So, yeah, that was really cool and fun, and I loved being sick on top of every
sorry.
other fucking thing that's been happening. So,
That sucks.
yeah, and my back hurts, and I'd like to be horizontal. So that's my lemon. Anyway, I'm not asking anybody to feel sorry for me here, but I get to feel sorry for me.
Yeah.
Now
Well, I'm
it's
sorry to hear that.
it's whatever. It's fine. This too shall pass. And fuck. All right, now it's time for the peaches, which are 3 things that are good, exciting, have happened, or going to happen, or are currently happening. Brian, would you like to go first?
Of course I would. All right. Peach number 1. Had a great trip to Big Bear with Audrey, despite the barfing. But we went snow tubing. It was really cold. We went to a free play retro arcade. Like you pay for the hour, or whatever time, and then all the games are free play. We played Gauntlet together for 45 minutes, which is free play is the only way to play Gauntlet. Do you know Gauntlet?
No.
It's like a 4-player game. It's like a dungeon crawler kind of thing. It's a quarter eater because it's sort of like an RPG, vaguely like the cabinet arcade version of it, but your player has health, which just decreases over time no matter what. So you're forced to keep dumping quarters into it. And
Yeah.
when you just do it by itself, it's like, you play for 5 minutes and you're dead. On free play, you can just keep respawning and it's really fucking fun.
Okay.
So we did that.
I think many games are improved by being free to
Oh my
play and not
God.
being quarter eaters.
Yes. And some of them, like Gauntlet was one of the worst ones, but any of those like fighting games or like The Simpsons or like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something where you just had to keep dumping quarters in to keep going past different stages.
Pinball is tough for me because I love pinball, but I'm
Oh.
extremely bad at pinball.
So they have a newish, I think, D&D pinball game. I think it's called The Tyrant's Eye, it's one of these newer varieties of pinball, which has a little screen and it shows stuff. And I actually took a screenshot of it because I was playing it, and at the end they had credits, Mika Burton, right there.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And I was like, Audrey, I know her. Yeah. But the D&D, they had some good new pinballs. They had the Jaws pinball. They had the D&D pinball. They had a Monsters one, which wasn't as good. Weirdly, a bunch of my friends... Oh, was it
Monsters Monster Bash?
It has a little mini pinball game in the middle of it. I don't know what it's called.
It might be Monster Bash. That one's okay.
I have a bunch of friends out here who are really into pinball, and I don't get it. Like, I want to get it. I want to like pinball. I don't understand how skill is, like, involved. And it must be. It must be very skill-based, because clearly people are good at it. But...
Because are you just hitting the ball around, or are you going for specific
I'm trying
things?
to go for stuff, but I don't really understand how to do it with any regularity.
It's a lot of flipper control. Back when there was a walkable place with a lot of pinball, I used to go a bunch, and I would just hone my skills and not get any better. But the number one thing that I still forget when I go play pinball is never flip both at once. Never flip both flippers at once.
Oh, yeah. No, I think I don't do that by instinct. The one thing I learned from a buddy of mine who is into pinball and guest on the show, Adam Felber, he was like, the real pro players nudge the table a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Which I didn't even know was a thing. So apparently it's a whole, like,
Why do you think they have the tilt alarm on them?
I know. Didn't realize. So anyway, that's peach number one. We had a great time in Big Bear, with one mild exception. But it was cold, and we saw... little chipmunks running around in the cold.
Wow.
Went to they have a great zoo there. We saw, at the Big Bear Zoo, they have it's like mostly a rehab or like abandoned animals kind of zoo. They had a gray wolf and a black wolf, and the black wolf was up on a little ledge right by the glass where kids were. And this amazing wolf was just like looking down right at Audrey and other children. So you could see its big eyes.
See the hatred in its eyes.
Well, it was just like, standing there kind of pacing and looking right at her. And then the keepers walked in, and these two wolves ran over and jumped up on them like dogs and just got like pets and scratches and acted just like a dog. It was, that totally makes sense. But still, when a wolf does it, you're like, oh my God. We also saw a mountain lion do the big stretch, paws down, butt up. Fucking awesome.
Animals are so cool.
Animals are cool. All right. So that was Peach 1. Peach 2, on New Year's Eve, I was at this conference get-together thing with friends, and I put together a band just outside of Phoenix, which included 2 local musicians, Jack and Nate Vanderpaul from the band Viper Club. And so I spent New Year's Eve with Jack and Nate, and that was great. I mean, what wonderful guys. And it was really fun. It's the first time we've ever played together on a stage.
I'm kind of surprised by that.
I know. So they've played on NSP Records. They opened for us when we played Phoenix on our last tour, but we've never played together on stage. So it was a little cover band. And, we did 7 songs. It was awesome. So,
wow.
Yeah, really fun. And my final peaches this weekend is the MIT Mystery Hunt, and I will be in Boston solving puzzles. And I am very excited to see friends and solve some fun puzzles while being back in Boston.
That's great. I'm excited to hear how it goes afterwards. It seems like that's always a great time.
Always a great time, yeah. Leighton, what are your peaches?
My peaches are, my first peach is that I feel like we're having a gamer renaissance in the gamer chat.
I noticed that, yes.
Yeah, we started playing Fallout 76 together. Another terrible game, but that is fun because it's just Fallout with the boys.
Yeah, I've been looking at this game. There's like more activity on this thing recently.
There's more activities. We go through lulls where like everyone's kind of respectively traveling or
holidays
doing their own
and stuff,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're getting back into it because I discovered I can use Discord on my Steam Deck, and
fun.
It actually works better than my phone. Like for some reason, my audio quality when I go through my Steam Deck is just better than my phone, which is wild.
That is
But
weird.
yeah, so that's nice. Gamer Renaissance and Fallout 76, which, build bases, shoot ghouls with your buddies, give each other
Yep.
cute outfits that you find. I picked up a clown outfit that I'm so excited to give to whoever wants it. My second peach is that there is a mural in my neighborhood that's been up since October. It's a bunch of Simpsons characters. And when it first showed up, they were dressed up in like Treehouse of Horror, like Halloween things. And as the months have gone by, the person has been updating it with
Hell
the
yeah.
holiday. So we've had a Christmas one, and now there's like a New Year's theme with
Nice.
fireworks. So whoever's doing that, you're fucking awesome.
That's cool.
That's very nice. I enjoy seeing it. And then my third peach, cold water is great. Just water.
Yeah, water. One of my top 5 substances.
Yeah, especially water out of like a really, really big glass, and it's like lukewarm, and you're just so dehydrated, and you crush that entire thing and then do a second one. Like that feels good. Also, like really, really cold ice water.
Oh,
Man,
that's
that
cold
shit
ice
hits.
water right before you go to bed. That's the stuff. Is
Number
you're
one
on-
drink.
Yeah,
Number one drink of all time.
cold ice water. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
disagree. It's got literally
Flat.
everything going for it.
Flat.
Well, for me, it's situational. I'll do both, but right before bed, sometimes, I'll get out of the bathroom, I'll just brush my teeth, and I'm just like, I'm really thirsty, and I don't want to drink too much water because I don't want to have to get up and pee in the middle of the night. But sometimes, take some water and you put a big ice cube in it, and just wait a minute, and you let it get cold, and you just have a couple little sippy sips. It's the best.
And then if you
Especially-
wake up in the middle of the night, it's still like a good amount of cold.
yeah.
And with it being a little bit colder out, your water is kind of automatically chilled. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Also in the summer, when you like half fill up a bunch of bottles and put them in your freezer and then take them
Ooh,
out,
that's the stuff.
and then it's melting and it's just delicious and cold. That's good stuff.
I couldn't agree more, Layden.
So
And
those
with
are my
that,
3 peaches.
I think we have what they call in the podcasting industry a finished episode. Now,
I think
this
we
is
do.
not episode 300.
It is not, thank God.
We are building to episode 300. And by building, I mean procrastinating. Something will happen for episode 300. Will it be the next episode? It might not.
We're edging.
It's called gooning.
That's different from edging.
Not the way I do it.
Okay. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry that I'm exhausted and angry, and my brain is 90% Fallout. But thank you for tuning in. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe to the Patreon because you shouldn't. Maybe if either keep your money to spend on yourself, or
Don't do that.
or no, here's the better option. If you can, find a mutual aid fund in your area or in a place that needs it. Stop doom scrolling. Get off your phone because that's not helping you. Stay aware, but do something that is within your control to help yourself, your family, your friends, and your community. Do that. Don't plug your brain into the phone and get scared into inaction. That's my message to you this week. Thank you.
That's great advice. Also sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/lateandnight.
Don't do that. Be safe. Take care of each other,
Okay.
please. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Late Night is produced by Brian Wecht and Leighton Gray. Sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/LeightonNight. Follow us on Twitter at @LeightonNight, on Instagram at @Leighton_night, or email us at leightonnight@gmail.com.